What's up everybody, Alan Tyler here. Welcome back to my channel and to another day of Vlogmas. I found all sorts of reasons to not do my vlog day 2 yesterday, or my second day since I was behind on starting it. It's really easy to do, but it's also, I think once I get into the habit of it, it's very easy to just stay with it and continue doing it. So this is great. I'm happy to be back right now and running another one. What I wanted to talk about today was this. I just am at the very tail end of this program called The Artist's Way. There's a video from a while back that I did when I had first started this program that talked about one of the exercises that I did very, very early on. It was one of the beginning exercises that talked about blurts, this idea that's blurts. I realize I say it and it sounds like blurts. So the blurts are basically all of this negative self-talk that I hadn't really realized that I had. I didn't think that there was anything there, and I started doing this exercise and immediately ended up with a lot of these blurts, these like negative kind of statements or viewpoints or thoughts that I tell myself and I put on myself. And that was really, really interesting. And that I think I learned a lot from that. And that was just one of the exercises. The other big part of the Artist's Way, the course, what do they call it? A course in discovering and recovering your creative self. So it's meant for all sorts of creators. It involves a lot of writing, but it's not writing based. It's good for artists, it's good for photographers, it's good for videographers, it's good for playwriters and even entrepreneurs and business people and really kind of anything. I actually think that just about anybody could benefit from this. So the big part is there's weekly exercises that you do, and sometimes it's actually like things to go do or to go collect or put together a folder or a binder. They're kind of like homework assignments. But other times the weekly exercises is just kind of answering questions. So I'd kind of using the program. I didn't exactly know what I wanted to get out of it, but I was really, really intrigued by the whole idea of it. And I did get a lot of kind of video ideas about it. Video is something I'm very interested in, want to keep doing, which is part of why the Vlogmas idea, when I first heard about that, was very, very intriguing, and why I've signed up to do it, and why, even though I'm already 7 days behind on starting, and then I already missed a day after that, it's still not an excuse to not just keep doing it. So the main exercise that this book has you do throughout the entire program is every single day you do what's called the morning pages. And the morning pages refers to, you do 3 handwritten pages of basically just stream of conscious longhand writing. So you're not taking notes, you're not trying to write anything in particular, you're just whatever's in your head, you put it on the page. You can kind of think about things ahead of time and have topics if you want. I tended to just show up to my notebook and write. And sometimes, plenty of days, actually just recently, the past couple weeks, I've had some really crazy dreams. And I've just started sort of writing those down and kind of writing what I remembered and what I experienced with it and what color was it and what was the person's, like, they kind of really detailed. And I think that's a part of like lucid dreaming as well, as you're supposed to write all those things in. But I wanted to show you, so I've been doing this for 12 weeks now, so three whole months. I started with just like, I don't really want you're not really supposed to show this to like have other people read it, so I just want to show you kind of what it is. But I started with I had stacks and stacks of, college ruled paper, and I just wrote on these, and then I put them into this binder, and then I ran out of those after a few hundred of those, so that binder. And then I had an old, Top Flight that was from my marketing 2 class, apparently, back in the day. That already had some pages torn out, and it was like, this was all like messed up, so it didn't really fold all the way back quite very well. And so I filled that out, right, like just different color pens. Like I would use a pen for a while. This was kind of funny. And then, right, the blue pen died, and then I go to the red pen, and then back to a blue pen. I have a whole video about my favorite pens, the Bic Atlantis. So then I finished that one, and then I switched to a moleskin cahier or cahier. I don't know how to pronounce it. This was very fun, more kind of like really like, it just feels good. It just feels really good. These were actually, there's more lines, like there's not, it doesn't have the margin lines, like the, the red margin lines. So I kind of had to guess on those, and it also it's a couple lines longer. So it actually took me longer to write 3 pages in here than it did on just the other one. So I think this book is almost done. I'm almost done with the program, but I'm going to keep doing it. But I think I'm going to go back to, I bought some new of this style, so I'm going to change back to these ones. These are a lot more expensive. It's like $20 for 3 of these. And I think I paid $10 or $11 for 5 of these. Now, page numbers wise, you might get more in total writing service and all of that, but I don't know. I'm gonna go back to these for the next one. Anyways, that's something I've been up to the past couple months, and I've literally done it every single day. I didn't always get to it very first thing in the morning. I was really, really consistent, really good about that, and that I think I'm gonna continue doing that. It seemed very helpful for me. It was very kind of centering in the morning. If I had a dream, or if I had, a business idea that was bouncing around in my head overnight, or a video idea, or something I wanted to check out or look into, that was always a great time to kind of put that into there. I've gone back and read some of it, like the early ones. I haven't read all the way back through it, but it's been really cool to be able to have that space where they're literally like, don't show these to people. Don't let anybody else read them. If you go back and find things that you do want to share, you can do that, but it's meant to be really, really private. And I've never really kept a journal or anything like that where I can just write down whatever comes into my head. And that was very, very freeing. It was very just like, okay, cool. I have a lot of, as it turns out, I have a lot of crazy thoughts that bounce around, or just like random things. And I'll be reading a book, and all of a sudden something, right, like there's a turtle in the background here. I'll be reading something, and then all of a sudden I'll start thinking about turtles for no apparent reason. And when I'm writing these pages, I can all of a sudden be like, oh, and I just started thinking about turtles. And then I can go back to whatever my previous thought was if I want, or I can continue on and keep writing about turtles, or I could write about the trips I've taken to Hawaii and the times I've seen a turtle or an aquarium or whatever. So it was just really just allowing the mind to do that. And that was actually a really interesting practice to have in combination with meditation. Is very much about kind of recognizing when your mind has wandered, and then pulling yourself back to the present. So I think doing those exercises actually kind of close together like that was really, really helpful, because the meditation goes, okay, like learn to recognize when your brain has wandered, your mind has wandered, and learn to be able to pull that back to your awareness. But also with the pages, giving myself that freedom to go and explore those tangents and let my mind go wherever it wants to go and do whatever it wants to do. So I think that was actually a really good tandem, side-by-side set of exercises, and that's why I'm going to keep doing both of them. Anyways, that's the update for today, trying to get me back on track for Vlogmas. This was about the Artist's Way. If you're interested, it's well worth the money. I think it's $10 or $15 on Amazon, maybe even less than that. You don't necessarily need a brand new copy. So anyways, happy Vlogmas. Cheers. Oh, and I'll have a video about tree hunting, Christmas tree hunting, very shortly as well. So anyways, cheers.